Hey everybody, this is Jason with Boundless Home Solutions, and today I want to show you a quick 5-minute fix that could save you a lot of frustration and potentially a lot of money on these outdoor faucets, or hydrants as they're called. So a quick story for context is right now I'm using this to water the animals in the barn, but in the summer and fall we use this to water the garden next to the barn. And in the summer, I started noticing that there was a lot of water coming up from the ground near this hydrant. And I thought that the pipe underneath was leaking, and I thought that I was going to have to dig up the whole hydrant and replace it, which was going to be a lot of time, and I just never got around to it. Well, we got the cows in the barn, and we had a very warm fall, but then right around Thanksgiving time, it got very cold and it froze. And what started happening was that this hydrant was leaking a little bit. And as the water would come up into the pipe above ground, it would freeze, and then we couldn't get any water out of it. So, quick fix. Oh, we'll just put a heater in and it'll keep the pipe thawed out. Well, not only is that pretty dangerous to have a heater running in your barn all the time, it can also cost you a lot of money. And when the electric bill came in for the month that was running like that, it was over $400 when our normal bill for this area is $60 to $80. So that was a horrible solution. We had a warm spell and I had a chance to fix it. So I did a little bit of research to figure out what I needed to do. And because it was going to be getting cold again, I didn't want to have the heater running. So I wanted to fix it properly. So I'm going to show you what I learned and hopefully can save you some time and money. All right, so the way these hydrants are supposed to work is this hydrant goes 3 or 4 feet below ground level, below the frost line, and there's a shutoff valve down there that when you lift the handle, it has a rod that goes all the way down to the bottom of that hydrant and lifts that valve up and lets the water flow in. And then when you shut the handle down, it pushes that rod down and closes the valve at the bottom. And then there's also a little drain that is above the shutoff valve so that any water that is in this pipe drains down and out that drain. And so what was happening when I was seeing the water coming up from the ground is that the shutoff valve was open just enough to let the water bypass, but it wasn't enough to push it all the way out of the faucet. It was just coming out of that drain line and filling up the drain reservoir in the ground. So what you need to do is adjust that rod so that the handle pushes it down just a little bit more to uh, activate the shutoff, and not let it come through and go out that drain line. So there's different designs of these, and some of them you're really going to want to shut the well off so that you don't have any pressure in the line here. This one I can show you without turning the well off, because this one just has a little set screw that goes in and goes against that rod. And so all I had to do in this case was loosen that set screw, lift the handle up just a little bit, and then tighten that set screw back down. And that was enough to get it to push just a little bit more and activate that shutoff valve. And it stopped the leaking in the bypass, and it stopped leaking out of the faucet. There's no freezing issues because it shuts it off below the frost line. And now, when it works properly, when you open the valve, it should take a second or two for the water to come out of the faucet, because it has to come up from 4 feet below ground and fill up this whole pipe before it goes out of the faucet. And then I can actually hear now, when I shut the handle off, I can hear the water draining out of this. I don't know if you can hear that, but yeah. So I'm hoping, I have not gotten the bill after I've fixed this yet, but I'm hoping that it's going to save us a lot of money because we're not running the heater anymore. And it's very cold now in West Michigan, so I'm glad that I fixed it when I did. Hopefully this is helpful. If you wouldn't mind, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'll share lots more tips and tricks like this around the farm, around the home, different things with automobiles and other handyman projects. So we'll see you in the next one.